Besides that, Pendles as well, but they need some midfield goals.
Yeah, I think ideally they would have loved to have rested Pendlebury in this game with the big trip to Perth with his age and what he's doing, but they haven't been able to because of the injuries that they've gotten to go in. It was just enormous last week.
I thought travel had nothing to do with competitive balance.
What are you having? Are you having?
No, there's a bit of conversation around travel at the moment, and so Melbourne players get rested going to Perth, but Perth players aren't allowed to get rested coming back to Melbourne type thing.
Well, keep an eye out on that one. But I tell you what, it is the next game, and it is Adelaide West Coast. I think this is going to be a ripping game. West Coast in nice form. Everybody's talking about Harley Reid. Adelaide just got rolled late last week, but this is a game Adelaide should win, and I feel like they're pushing this season. I like Adelaide. I like what they're bringing to the table. They just need to win more games, obviously.
Yeah, so the draw against Brisbane and then just going down to Collingwood, a game they should have probably won. Now, no Rankin hurts them, but it won't hurt them too much against West Coast. West Coast have been good, but that's largely been at home. It's a big trip to Adelaide, and I suspect the Crows win pretty comfortably.
Their two best midfielders are Jordan Dawson and Jake Saligo. So Jake Saligo was on 24 disposals for a long, long time in the last quarter last week. Jordan Dawson, these are his last 5. So he started slowly this season, but he's started to hit his straps at the moment. And Jake Saligo, I feel like is their most dynamic midfielder.
Yeah, no doubt. I think he's the most improved player in the game. Oh, probably Waterman. Sorry.
Langford?
Nah, Waterman.
Well, let's talk about Waterman.
Yeah, well, let's talk about him.
Extraordinary form.
Look at those 3 plus. Look at that 6, 7, 8, 9 and 10. Right up there in the Coleman despite missing one game. I don't know what he's done, but he's an absolute freak.
Yeah, what has he done over the off-season?
Well, I think, West Coast are entering their forward line a lot quicker and a lot better this year. So you're seeing the best of Jake Waterman. But West Coast Eagles, and I don't know why I'm saying this, but they are my favourite team and the must-watch team in the competition. Waterman and Harley Reid, I absolutely love turning them on.
So here is Harley Reid, and I mean, everybody's spoken about him this week, but he's put the team on his back and he's had a few comments about being homesick this week. But when you can do this, it is just must watch. Now, they are third bottom still, the West Coast Eagles, but they've won 3 games in the last, I think it's 5 weeks. So now they've actually got some cachet in the competition that you actually do want to watch them. And they should win a lot more games with plays like this, and the other players now walk taller around him.
Yeah, and I think one of the players that does walk taller around him is Tim Kelly. That was his best game I think I've seen him play for a long time. This game against Melbourne, he took the first quarter, really took it away from Melbourne's midfield, and then Harley Reid and the likes are able to jump on the back of that. But I think that road trip to West Coast is becoming what it was sort of 10 years ago. You'd put that down as probably the hardest road trip in football, and the last few years it's been, okay, great, we're actually going over there, we're going to get an easy win. But now you'd look at that, this back half of the fixture, a lot differently than you would the first half of the fixture. That's a genuine chance to be knocked over when you travel to Perth.
Give you a word of warning about Tim Kelly. He averages 28 at home. He averages 20 away. So I'm not sure what happens when he gets on the plane, but he doesn't get the same ball.
Oh, he must be flying economy.
Yeah.
So those 12 business class flights that the Perth teams get, he's clearly
Tim Kelly's not
getting
them.
one of those 12.
Jeremy McGovern, I bet you Harley Reid's getting them.
I reckon